Good evening, good afternoon, good day. So, today I'm going to discuss another funny chapter out of my life. So, uh, when we were younger, we allowed ourselves to get roped into a lot of crazy things that, I just thank God that we're here and we're safe because they certainly could have gone left quickly. We had this friend, Paul. I mentioned Paul previously. Paul was dating this boy, and this boy was always in the parks cheating, always. So Paul would call our friend Troy, who would then, of course, have his two sidekicks together because, we thought we were Charlie's Angels. We were going to catch Paul's man in the act. So there were these parks. I don't know what they're called um, today. But back in the day, I believe they called them Judy Garland one and the other Kay Acres, something of that nature. Anyway, Paul's man was always up in the Kay Acres section. So here we were at night in a park looking to catch someone's man in action. Now, think about that for a second. Now, there are other people in the park doing their business. Farah, Kelly, and Katie all running around here looking to catch this boy, but other people are doing their business. And because we're trying to find someone, we are looking at everyone and then, trying to find Paul's man. We did not find Paul's man. I never came across Paul's man in the park, nor did my uh, friend Troy. Calvin, on the other hand, had a penchant for finding him and did find him a couple of times um, in the act and reported immediately. One time, our good friend Jay, that I mentioned, and I should preface this by saying this was before the advent of cell phones. So, when Jay saw Paul's boyfriend in that park with someone, Jay walked 2 to 3 blocks to a cell phone, not a pay phone, to call Kelvin, to tell Kelvin, Kelvin, I see Paul's man here. We had another friend who was dating this Russian man. And he thought that he saw Igor with someone else. So he went up, and I'm referring to Miss J. And this is the story as told to me by Miss J. So I was going down the street, and I looked in that car, and I saw you. And I stood right in front of that car, and I said, Eagle, Eagle, wait till I tell. And as promised, Miss J hightailed it over to tell the story. But Miss J, ever being shady, didn't tell the story in private. Oh no. Miss J wanted an audience. And I think in part, our good friend VO, uh, as I said, Jay could be very, very funny, wickedly shady, but funny. But Jay had promised that when Jay passed, um, Jay was living with AIDS at the time, and he was, making arrangements for the end of his life and things of that nature. And he had promised our friend that he would give her all of his gowns. Um, of course, uh, shady to the end. When Miss J passed, our friend was given one of those gowns. And Miss J, mind you, had a collection of Bob Mackie gowns because that's what Diana Ross wore back in the day. Only Bob Mackie. So, anyway, you just have to sort of sit and laugh. I just thought I'd share that funny moment or funny moments of the park, us being Charlie's Angels, Miss J. Um, Another lighthearted funny moment is I was dating this boy. Now, I lived clear on the other side of town from where he lived. And it would take me, I would say, maybe 30 to 45 minutes to get across town to where he lived. So one day he called me and he told me he had a surprise for me. I'm like, a surprise? Who doesn't like surprises? So I hopped in my ride and went over to see what surprise he had for me. Do you know this boy goes in his closet and pulls out all the new clothes that he's bought for himself? And that was his surprise for me. Another funny moment. you know, it became funny later. It wasn't funny at the moment, but now we were doing some outreach. So we would go, we'd pass out condoms and tell people about, um, safer sex and the like, as part of community outreach. So I was doing it. My friend Troy was helping me. And so now I told this individual where I was going, and he said, "Oh, I can't come. It's a shame. So don't, so on, this, that, and the other." Well, okay. So we're there. Um, I think we got a cocktail, and Troy thought that he saw him, and I'm like, "What?" And oh no, it turned out not to be him. And oh, we laughed, we giggled, oh, we chuckled hearty. And then out the corner of his eye, the boy walks in. To say I was livid is an understatement. But these are the things that you just have to sit and you look at now and you just sort of laugh at, you know. Um, the same individual. Uh, oh, I'm gonna get you a ring. I'm gonna get you a ring. This, that, and the other, and and being young and foolish and simple minded, I was waiting on this ring, waiting on this ring, this ring, this ring. And I forget what occasion, which holiday it was, but we were over at my mother's house. And she heard us talking about it. And uh, she never let that whole ring and my stupidity about that ring go. Uh, because it's sort of wrapped up in how funny it was about the boy, uh, it's one of those things that I'm still counting it as funny just because it's a part of a funny chapter of my life. But my goodness, you just have to be thankful that there are funny moments, and there are and will be moments that may not seem funny at the time, but later on they will be part of some of the best times, uh, particularly when they're shared with loved ones or good friends that you'll have in your life. So sometimes just hold on, see the issue through from beginning to end, and it may be a very funny story that you'll tell later on in life, or something that, even if you don't tell it, will bring you laughter or a private joke amongst yourself and your loved ones and or friends. So I thank you again for listening to a more lighthearted chapter. Thank you. Have a good one.